Hi, third graders. This week we're going to be reading the book Brave Girl, Clara and the Shirtwaist Makers' Strike of 1909. This book was written by Michelle Markle and the pictures are by Melissa Sweet. This is one of our favorite books, and the other teachers and I are very excited to read this with you this week. So again, this story is called Brave Girl. A steamship pulls into the harbor carrying hundreds of immigrants and a surprise for New York City. An immigrant is someone who moves from one country to another to live as their new home. Does anybody know where New York City is? That's right, New York City is in the state of New York. Looking at the illustrations, we see the big steamship. We also can see the Statue of Liberty in the back. The surprise is dirt poor, just 5 feet tall, and hardly speaks a word of English. Her name is Clara Lemlich. This girl's got grit or courage, and she's going to prove it. Look out, New York. Looks like a family portrait, and we see all the immigrants loading off the boat. Clara knows in her bones what is right and what is wrong. What's wrong begins a few weeks after the Lemliches move into their tenement or apartment in America. No one will hire Clara's father. They will, however, hire Clara. That's right, Clara. Companies are hiring thousands of immigrant girls to make blouses, coats, nightgowns, and other women's clothing. They earn only a few dollars a month, but it helps pay for food and rent. So instead of carrying books to school, many girls carry sewing machines to work. Clara becomes a garment worker. Or Clara becomes a clothing worker. So we're going to stop reading the story now, and I want us to think about the story elements. We're able to tell that this story is a fiction story. Fiction stories have characters. They have a setting, which is where and when the story takes place, as well as a problem. Thinking about the beginning of this story called Brave Girl, let's think about those things. Who is the main character? That's right, Clara is the main character of this story. Where does this story take place? What city does Clara now live in? I can always look back in the text to help me out. Clara just moved to New York City. Setting can also be when the story takes place. If we turn back to the beginning of the text, I'm able to see the year that this story takes place, 1909. So just to review, this week we are reading Brave Girl, which is a fiction story. Clara is our main character. She lives in New York City in 1909. And tomorrow we will read more to see what the problem is. Thanks so much for paying attention and following along during our reading. Now I want you to think about how we can put our new information, the characters and the setting, and turn that into a paragraph for our writing assignment.